noticed over the last couple of weeks there seems to have been a lot in the news and the media about campaigners pushing forward to make misogyny a hate crime, which would mean harsher and stricter punishments for offences and violent acts against women. Now, this seems to be coming off the back of the fact that upskirting wasn't made illegal and was voted against, which is a whole other issue. But it's also ignited quite a lot of difference of opinions and people just questioning what would this mean for our future. I've heard people saying it's political correctness gone mad. I've heard people saying, are we not allowed to compliment women anymore? And even some feminist groups being almost outraged at the thought that we would be considered unable to go out there and protect and defend ourselves within our society. Regardless of what your opinions may be, I started to think about the change that I've noticed in our society since homophobic abuse was made a hate crime. So obviously there are stricter and harsher sentences for it, but there definitely feels to me like there has been a shift to more acceptance and things just aren't acceptable anymore that previously would have been. And that shift seems to be filtering down through the generations to our children who are now being brought up in a society where homosexuality is an element of normality, which is how it should be, in my opinion. And this got me thinking about my own normality and my own experience of being a woman, which is not unique and in this instance not particularly extreme, but it just got me questioning the way things currently are and why we might need this change. So I wrote this poem, and this is Misogyny. Just about 12, a girl, not a woman, but I seem to get a lot of beeps when I'm wearing my school skirt. Some think I should be glad and appreciate the attention, but the truth is it scares me, all these white van men. Generalisation? Age 14, slightly shorter skirts following the fashion, just trying to fit in with the girls, not after attracting a man. I got used to the constant beeps, kind of used to the wolf whistles, but I can't quite brush off window-winded verbal abuse. Walking down the street en route to the GP, and that's when I have the first creep following curb crawl me, shouting in a language I don't understand, but it's enough to terrify tears stream as I rush back to the bus stand. And it doesn't get easier, it doesn't stop scaring me. It seems to happen more frequently now that I'm 16 and 17. Looking back, I was so lucky that they didn't physically hurt me. Going on a first date, we're meeting at the bus station. It's summer, swishing rah-rah skirt, and I kind of enjoy the attention. But not when a strange man who I think needs directions asks a genuine question, am I looking for business with men? And I know this doesn't quite class as misogyny, but I don't think any of these intentions were to compliment and flatter me. It's more about an attitude and imbalance of power that can lead to worse things. But some would say that it's my fault 12-year-old uniform skirt tees. So I asked myself, did they design school uniforms to please? Fast forward 15 years and it still hasn't stopped. I've lost count of how many times I've been curb crawled with abuse and my heart's nearly stopped. And you can't blame my outfit, you can't blame my age. I kind of don't think it was because I was attractive still in my maternity jeans whilst I'm pushing my baby. Filth at 31 as you look me up and down. Cunt, suck this, slag, you ugly hag. You want some? You know you do. Keep walking, dick tease. I could so fuck you. Follow me halfway down the street, even in a language I don't know. I don't have proof, but I'm guessing more of the same, screamed with a scowl. Each syllable shouted and tainted with an undertone of hatred. I now question how I can stop all this for my daughter. Upskirting isn't a crime, it's just women with issues, but it starts when you're a girl, and surely we should be protecting our children from invasive photographic misuse. I can't believe it's 2018 and we're still having to fight for the degradation of what being a woman means. But how do you define misogyny? It's such a broad issue. Well, it's kind of simple. It's 2018 and we have Google. Misogyny, dislike of, contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against women. If you need a definition of a hate crime, I'll read it again. Dislike of, contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against women. It's pretty damn ingrained when it starts at school, continues to follow you. Society tries to blame you wearing skirts and high shoes because we enjoy attention. Seriously, a total misconception. Fear and apprehension when contempt rains down in succession. And guess what? Us women talk. So I know it's not just me. I know it's happening to the 13-year-old girl who told me the other week. So how do we change this normality? Make it safer for us and our daughters? When a male MP still votes against upskirting as a crime and it gets thrown back from the law books. I guess if misogyny, defined as an act of hate, was recognised as a hate crime, it could start a change in the indoctrinated and the ingrained, start to make a change, a power imbalance that's just not right.